4 men, all hunters from Seattle, all hanging upside down from separate oaks, tied by the ankle with handmade rope. Their weapons still holstered. Robbery wasn't the motive. Nothing about this was efficient. Whatever it was, it took time. A 5th member of their group had stayed behind. Bad knee. He told me they'd gone to a bar the night before. 2 of them ended up talking to a woman. Young, bohemian, doing tarot readings. One of them left with her. The bartender knew her, Ingrid Callum. In 4 nights a week, always left with someone. Paid cash, lived far out of town. Town Hall had no property registered to Ingrid Callum. But there was a George Callum, 40 miles northeast, along a rural gravel road, less than a mile from where the hunters had been heading. We drove out. The house sat back from the road like it was retreating into the tree line. A man came onto the porch holding a rifle. George Callum, broad-shouldered, completely still. He put the rifle down and let us inside. We'd barely sat down before I asked him about Ingrid. "I killed them," he said, hands flat on the table. No agitation. "All 4. I asked him how. "I told the trees," he said, "and the trees took them out." I arrested him. We came outside and both our cars were gone. No tire tracks, no marks in the dirt at all. Just smooth, undisturbed ground where 2 vehicles had been parked 20 minutes ago. George laughed, told us we were both going to die out here. There was a hunting trail less than a mile away. The victim's truck might still be there, our only way back to town. We walked. George between us, cuffed, calm, talking the whole way about forests and something ancient watching what humanity had built. In the middle of the trail stood a mature fir tree, 3 feet across. The tire tracks ran straight to it on one side and continued straight away on the other, uninterrupted. George ran into the forest. I let him go. We pressed on. Found the truck, or what was left of it. The cab had been crushed inward, the roof pressed flat. Deep, parallel gouges across every surface, like something serrated, dragged slowly through steel. We turned to leave. The trail was gone. Solid forest in every direction. Then the trees started moving. Roots punched up through the soil and found our ankles. Leaves spun horizontally like blades. The pain was total. My apprentice Drew was screaming beside me, the ground swallowing him to the shin. I raised my gun and ended his suffering myself. Then I put the barrel to my own temple. Click. Empty. George stepped out of the forest, still smiling, a branch wrapped around my neck. That was the last thing I recorded. Later that night, George walked home. He said one thing to Ingrid before he turned and walked into the tree line. "The sacrifice has been made. There's only one left." She watched him disappear between the trunks. Then she stood there listening to the wind move through the branches for a long time. Listening for him.